Hello, filler episode enjoyers. Do you remember what this Mazda looked like when I got it? A lot of the paintwork has stayed luscious and shiny and vibrant, which is great news, isn't it, you know? But there's a couple of bits of this car not done so well. This bit of the car has gone all weird. I think it was always a bit crap anyway, but it's just like, I think it's been painted in the past, both front and rear bumpers, and it's just a different paint to the sort of body and different substance that it's been painted on, substrate. So, yeah, I don't like it. It looks pretty sad. It's generally more of the same over here, just not good. Nicht cool. So I want to paint them. I've got myself this nice tub of Mazda SU classic red gloss Rachmaninoff, and yeah, it's a car that I drive the most, which is weird, isn't it? I've got so many other cars, got cool things and Focus. I mean, this is the car that I use to get home and back in because it's small, it's easy to nip around town. The exhaust is amazing, it goes BOOM whenever you put your foot down, goes sideways super easily. And it's just, I like it. It's got convertible and it's summer. There's also a couple of bits like this on the roof which just needs repainting. This whole sort of panel could do with a repaint, just to sort of freshen it up a bit, but that's, yeah, it's a bit unsightly. And there's a couple of other little jobs, like, can you see here? Crispy. But yeah, this is just completely gone. I did have a look at getting a replacement for one of those as well, but it's like 60 quid, so I just want to sort of sand that back, put a bit of black in it just to take your eye off it, you know? Same with things like this, and things like these, you know? I thought to myself, I've just finished the Focus video, so I thought, while all my paint stuff's out, give myself a day and see if I can't transform this thing. So let's get stuck into it. It honestly takes like 2 seconds to tidy stuff like this up. It's you know, it's worth doing, considering how long this is going to take me. I'm doing it live now, right? I'm not going to edit this at all. Okay, I'll edit this bit while I go and get a bit of cardboard. We can all be guilty of sort of overthinking things and trying to do the best job and, oh my God, we've got to do this, we've got to take this off and get it powder coated and all that sort of nonsense. When in reality, a little job like this is going to make all the difference from a quick sort of walking past look. And nobody's going to know, you know, it's just going to be a real sort of taking your eye off it operation. Nice. Leave that for, I don't know, 5 minutes and hit it again a few more times, and it'll just be a nice shiny new wiper to anyone that walks past. These bits, same principle, but I'm going to mask these off to make the job a little bit cleaner and a bit longer of a sand, because it will look nicer. But at the end of the day, you know, it's still a cheap car, it's still a beater, it's still my sort of summer hack. My convertible hack. Winter's coming soon though, and I have been thinking about a winter hack, what I'm going to buy for that. And I might have something a bit ridiculous lined up, but we'll see. Everybody should have a go in an MX5 at some point in their lives. I think it's quite important. Quite a few people have asked me to take this to the Nürburgring as well, and I would. If I was there with the car, I would. But the problem you've got with a Mazda MX5 and being 6'2" almost, maybe 6'1", is they're small. They're proper tiny. My hand hits my knee when I turn the steering wheel really far to the right. I have to make a proper conscious effort to move my leg to get the steering wheel all the way around, which is a bit of a problem. And it does mean that for a long trip, the longest trip I've done in this was probably 2 hours. And it wasn't very nice. Got out at the other end, my back was like a question mark. And it was just, yeah, it's just compact. But I only live sort of 20 minutes away, so to do that 20-minute trip, it's so good, it's perfect, you know? And obviously, with the roof folding away so you can get a sweet tan, it's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm not exactly in a hurry to drive it sort of the 30-hour round trip to Germany and back. I think I might be in a wheelchair afterwards if I did that. This is just a little bit of weld through primer, just sticks super well to bare metal, which that is there. Right, while all that's going off, I need to do the other side. I could have gone out and bought a new one of these, which would have cost me 60 quid. The whole budget for painting this car today is 30 quid, because that's how much the paint and the primer was. So if I can do the whole thing for 30 quid, I mean, it'd be amazing, wouldn't it? Anyway, just going to take down the rough edge of these. I could fill this, and I still might if I can't get rid of these bumps, if I can't blend it in. That filler went off so fast that I only had a chance to do a little bit, so I'm going to sand it back and do it again. Put a little bit too much hardener in it, I think. This paint that I'm using is gloss black. In an ideal world, I would have liked a satin black, but I haven't got any, so gloss black it is. Satin black's just a little bit less shiny, you know. I'm doing these bits first because when I do the bumpers and this windscreen surround, I'm going to be masking the whole car off, so it's important to get these bits out the way. I've been wanting to do this for a little while. Like, a lot of sort of YouTubers have got MX5s, like that Auto Alex, he's got a little Mark 1 MX5. And they're just sort of like, I don't know, should be like a staple part of everyone's car stable, really. And there's no doubt in my mind there'd probably be more expensive cars I could have, and that hopefully I will have. But I'll still be driving this, you know? Because you can be a little bit undercover in this car as well. Driving around in sort of loud, shouty Fords and things like that. Granted, this is a bit loud and shouty, but driving around in those, do get a bit of attention. And if I'm transporting large amounts of drugs, obviously that's not what you want, is it, you know? I'll probably cut that bit out. I don't really do that. Hello, it's me, voiceover Ben. My lawyer said I can leave that in. Way! I've decided to make my life a tiny bit easier. Instead of doing this whole panel here, I'm just going to do sort of this corner with a rattle can, and I'm going to try and blend it in as best as I can, because I've still got a little bit of a rattle can left. This side's looking magic, by the way. We could probably demask that now. Wipers look good, don't they? That's smart. There we go. For a 5-minute job, that now looks mint. dead happy with that. Obviously, I didn't fill or anything down there because I just couldn't really be bothered. But yeah, nice. Looks a million times better. So do the wipers. Just the bumpers to do. And then this surround. There's also quite a few stone chips on this door, which I'm going to take care of. So what about Rustable? It's pretty cool, isn't it? They said like, I'm going to be interviewed by one of the guys from Classic Car magazine, one of the editors, that's pretty cool. I like Classic Car magazine, so yeah. You know, I mean, I'm not totally sure what to expect out of the day really, but it's really nice to have been asked. Do you know what I mean? Because it didn't have to, you know. 3 big YouTubers, and then there's little old me, just trying to make my way in this crazy world. And yeah, they want me to come along. And I'm hoping that I'm going to meet quite a few of you lot there as well. You know, because a few of you have been saying, you know, when are you going to do a thing like? And I'm like, well, I just don't know. It's hard. So yeah, I mean, I don't know how busy I'm going to be on the day. I'm probably going to be quite busy. I'm going to bring some merchandise and stuff down, stick it in the truck. Hopefully the Rover's going to be there as well, the P4. Got a little bit more work to do on that soon, just to get it all nice. So yeah, I might drive it down there. I might hook it onto the back of the truck on the trailer, take those down, and we'll have all the merch for sale in the back of the truck, I think, which would be pretty sweet. But yeah, I might be busy doing a lot of stuff during the day, but if there is any of you guys knocking about, come and try and say hello, you know. I'll try and do my best to sort of do that as well, you know what I mean? So the idea with this is to build it up with quite a few coats and then buff it afterwards, and hopefully it'll just blend in. I don't know, don't particularly care. While I'm waiting for those coats to dry, I thought I would try and remove some of these bits from the front of this Mazda. And if there's one thing I know about Mazda MX5s is that these bits usually don't like to come off without a fight. So let's see. Oh, that one's coming out. Amazing. It's going extraordinarily well. Now I am aware there is a large area of rust appearing on this wing. Am I going to do anything about it, or am I just going to ignore it? I am just going to ignore it. That is what I like to refer to as mission creep. I'm just painting the bumpers, I'm just painting the bad bits there. That's a whole other job in itself, you know? So I'm just going to ignore that. Oh my God, I can't believe that came out. Incredible. Just stick to what you're doing. Otherwise, that could be a day's work there. You know what I mean? Trying to sort that out. If I get 100 people in the comments saying, put the Rover badge on, I'll put a Rover badge on it afterwards, because I'm a child. And I think that'd be hilarious. So get commenting. If you want me to do that, get commenting and I will put a Rover badge on the Mazda. I'll polish it up first and stuff and make it fit all nicely, but yeah, I'm going to do that. That looks hilarious. 100 comments saying, put the Rover badge on it. And I'll do it.
colors. Summer love, lonesome dove, folded on the lawn chair in all the colors. Summer love, remember when we were getting nowhere fast, when the garden won't stop giving back. Honeysuckle, fresh cut grass. I could really use some stuff like that. Talk to me and tell me all that you've seen, all the colors. Summer love.
Cool, eh? We are in masking and everything is sanded. Which is all pretty decent, isn't it? It's going to look good. It's going to look a vast improvement on how it did. So this is what I'm using. U-Pol plastic primer adhesion promoter. Don't know. Ready to use. You just pour it in. Yeah. Fast drying, easy to apply. Okay. How much should we put in? Should we just free pour it, or should we get a thing? They probably sieved it beforehand, haven't they? So it's clear. So yeah, this is the primer. There's no. You don't put anything else on top of this. Clear. That's weird, isn't it? What's it going to look like? I guess there's only one way to find out. Just going around everything before I actually spray it with one of these tack cloths, just to get any last little bits of stones, grit, and traffic film. I don't know. Flies. Oh, it's picking something up though. Didn't wash it very well, did it? Now there's no regulator on this gun because this is just my primer gun, like the other ones. So I have to turn the compressor down to about 1.5 psi or something, 1500. I don't know, between 2 and 3. You can feel it, you know. Right then, what's this going to be like? It's going on just like the lacquer. It's drying super fast. He told me in the shop this was really good. But I will believe anything that people say to me. Really weird. I mean, it's the first time I've used clear primer, but there you go. I guess it's going to be okay. I've just been reading the instructions again, and it was just like, yeah, that's all you do. Don't worry about it. So I guess we're going to have to use quite a few coats of red just to make sure we don't get anything shining through. And this is the stuff. This is the Mazda Classic Red. Looking forward to having a big clean up. This is why I thought I'd do this now after that Focus video, you see, you know, when everything was already in a bit of a mess. I thought, let's make it worse. So this one's 2 to 1, so 2 parts of the paint and 2 parts of my blood. No, 2 parts of thinners. Oh, lovely. So what should we do? We could do 500, that's going to be well too much, isn't it? 150, 300, 2 to 1, 450, yeah, let's do that. Got loads of that left over. I'm thinking soon I'm going to do a short video on respraying my pedal bike with the rest of this paint, just for fun, you know. You know, there's not a lot of steps to this really. There's no lacquer, there's no, you know, I don't have to go like mega sort of with the sanding or anything, because it's just a couple of bumpers on my old Mazda, you know. And then it's just a very quick little rebuild, demask, and it's done. Don't know if I'll be able to get it all done today, but that'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Might have to just sort of put it back together in the morning or something, you know, so in case this is all still wet. There we go. How's that coming out there? Bit more air. Love the sun, which is why I like this car so much. And boy, is it going to look good. Especially with that Rover badge. Look at the gloss on the thing. Oh, so shiny. The big problem I've got now is the rest of the car's going to look shit, isn't it? I mean, I just hope these bumpers don't sort of, I don't know, pull focus too much. I might have to like scratch them up a bit or something, stick some dents in them, rub some dirt in them. I got one little ripply one there, which is a bit annoying, but whatever. Buff that out, no bother. I mean, it's just gorgeous. It's going to look so smart. Not doing bad for time as well. It's only 20 to 4. So I could start having a little bit of a tidy up. Can't disturb much around it with dust and stuff, but start having a little tidy up and then maybe pull the masking off tonight, or should I leave it all? Leave it all for tomorrow, including a big tidy up. She's completely demasked. And I've built her back up, apart from the badge. Still a little bit tacky, so I don't want to be sticking badges on. I've cleaned this up in preparation. it's going to be great, isn't it? This is the car that Rover wished they should have made. It does look pretty phenomenal though. I mean, I'm so pleased with that. Just, I really want to paint the rest of the car now, but I can't go around doing stuff like that, can I? Anyway, I've got a few little tiny jobs to do. I'm going to call it a day, and I'm going to come in tomorrow and we're going to get it outside, give it a final polish, make it all nice, and then that is job done. Just had a little bit of an emergency. I took it outside then just to do the filming, and it started sort of spitting, raining, and the paint's not perfectly dried, not perfectly cured. Problem. Not sure how well. Can you see all those dots that look like water? Look like paint. Well, probably see them a bit better there, maybe, in the light. But yeah, all of that, that's where I wiped the water off and it's left a mark in the paint, which is really obvious and it looks horrible. However, it did it on the front bumper as well. And I messaged my little group chat and was just like, oh, fucking hell, look at this, what a nightmare. And then Rob goes, put a heat gun on it. Melt the paint again, you know, not melt it, but soften it up, and it should go back to how it was. So I've just spent 5 minutes doing it on the front bumper, and it has completely gone. So I'm going to do it on the back bumper now. That's an amazing tip. That damage has just been reversed through heat. I mean, it could still do with a bit of a buff and a polish just to sort of flatten it down, because I think it may have given it a little bit more orange peel than it had before. But a quick, you know, give it a week or so to really harden, and then a quick buff, and it should be a lot nicer. But that's, I mean, it looks absolutely fine as it is. You could probably get away with it just as it is, but yeah, it was a lot worse a moment ago. Right, I'm hoping you can sort of see that in the lights. Enough for me to show you this working in real time. You can already see it starting to pretty much go there now, and it should set a bit flatter as well, which is really nice. But yeah, you can see that is almost gone, and with a minor buff and polish it'll come up a treat. Really just softening it up and allowing it to sort of mould back into the shape and get rid of the imperfections. But that is fantastic. Great results. Almost straight back to how it was. I'm not sure how well you can see that now. And there's still a couple of little spots, but a very light buff, and that's going to come up, well, just perfect. I mean, you could leave it like that, that's absolutely fine. That's still a really nice paint job. But to get it absolutely perfect, you could just give it a little polish over, but properly crisis averted. Great tip from Rob there. Really good tip. And hopefully once I come back in a couple of days' time, it might have dried even flatter, you know, and just be perfect. Send it. Really, really pleased with that. Great little tip. As for the other repairs, I mean, you know, you tell me. It just, you'd never even know that had been painted. That's the beauty of solid colours. They're just, you know, I've given that again a very sort of brief wipe over, but perfect. Really, really nice. All the plastics and stuff, I mean, this here, yeah, looks fine to me. It's not perfect, but it's a lot more perfect than spending 60 quid. What about the other side? Windscreen wipers, nice and black. These bits, glorious, you know. Just really shaved a few years off that. My Ferrari Rover, my Rover Ferrari. Is it a Rover MX5? What is it? I don't know, it's great. But yeah, it's really cool. And it kind of looks like I give a shit, you know what I mean? And of course I've kept the other Mazda badge and I can just swap them over if needs be. It's only held on by a bit of sticky tape. Amazing. Car looks brilliant. Yeah, so that is just, you know, that's one that I can sort of put under the cover when it comes to winter now. So when I find a winter hack to drive round when you know, I need some heated seats in my life, that one can get tucked away. The Ferrari Rover Mazda is just, it's glorious. It looks $1 million. I'm so pleased with it. It looks great. I'm quite happy with my choice of sticking the Rover badge on the bonnet. Thank you for all of your comments of support, which I don't doubt, are going to be there when this video goes out. I bet you're all going to be like, God, you've got such good taste. It says everything about this car. It's fun. And now it's fun and it doesn't look as much of a bag of shit as it did before. Oh look, an isolly. Would you want in a car? I don't know. No roof, incredible sunshine, and a twister. I think one of the reasons you see so many of these bloody things, there's so much YouTube content and stuff for MX5s. And I think the reason is that they are so good. If you want a second car, you know, to get home, like, it does everything. I've got my tripod with me. That's like almost 6 foot tall. And it just goes in because the roof's down. It doesn't matter. Fit everything in this car. There's no downsides, apart from winter. But we're not in winter yet, so it doesn't matter. Everyone smiles when they see this car. It's just a fun little thing. It's a bright red car. It's got pop-up headlights. The headlights do this. just by smashing this button here. Incredible. This particular one as well makes a great noise. I think it sounds like that though because of the Ferrari steering wheel. Not sure. In this sunny weather down these little country roads, there's a tractor in front of me, so taking it easy. I'm just going to try and find somewhere to film a couple of flybys. There's no car I'd rather be out in today. I mean, yeah, maybe if someone said, well, here's the keys to a convertible 911, I'd go, okay, I'll have a go in the Porsche. That'd be nice, or a Lamborghini or something. But I'm happy with my Ferrari, you know? Why would anyone want anything else on a day like this? Bloody hell, what's that E-Type doing? Waltzing around these lanes. Nice. Look at how well this thing looks, just sat in the sun. Oh, it's so nice. What a car. Worth all the 1 day of time painting the bumpers. It's just transformed it, and doing the little, you know, all these little paint jobs, they just make such a big difference, don't they? You know, doing all these things just makes the car look a bit fresher, like it's loved, because it is loved. It's properly fun. Kind of suits it, that Rover badge as well, doesn't it? Look like it was sort of there from the factory maybe. Who knows? So there we have it then, my rocket fuel powered red Rover Ferrari MX5. Just an absolute little keeper, isn't it? What a little gem. The car that I drive the most now looks pretty cool as well. And look, I know it's only been a short little filler episode, which I'm sure, you know, you've enjoyed very much. It can't be an epic car sort of resurrection every week. There's just not the time. But I hope you've enjoyed this. And I think the Mazda's enjoyed it. The Rover, sorry, has enjoyed it. Looking a bit fresher. I can be proud of it when I park it up now. If I go and pick someone up, pick a girl up, take her to the pictures, she's going to be like, yeah. Someone will say, what car does he drive? And she'll go, I don't know, I think it's a Ferrari. It's red. It's got a Ferrari badge on the steering wheel. And then she'll show her friends a picture and go, it's a Rover, idiot. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next week. See you later. Go and watch another one of the videos. Do whatever you want. Go and watch the podcast. I'll see you soon. Bye. Oh God, what am I going to do with the rest of my night? Well, if you want something on in the background, I do a podcast with my friend Win, who is an ex-RAF sort of maintenance pilot or test pilot. He used to fly all the sort of Hawk jets and stuff like that, really cool things, just to make sure that they weren't going to drop out the sky when he gave them back to the people who used them to shoot the bad guys and things. It's very entertaining. We talk about everything to do with cars and planes and lots of other stuff in between, and just like behind the scenes of things here, what I actually feel about, how I actually feel about some of the cars and stuff that I do. So yeah, it's pretty good. If you would like to watch it, go to the description of this video. The link is there. Click on it, watch it. If it's good, then subscribe to that. It's called the Wheels and Wings Podcast. And yeah, there's quite a few episodes for your entertainment. So give them a go. Give it a go. Give it a try. Bye.
Or an immaculate MG midget with the big, horrible big rubber bumpers. And it sold recently £3,500.
That's what I'm talking about.
No.
That's what I've got written down there. Are you joking? That's what I've got written down there. And a few other examples.
£3,500.
Well, it was actually
£3,262,
including fees.
Including fees.
Including fees. So yeah.
That blue one.
That blue one. Amazing. Yeah. So I think that maybe the clip's sort of gone, big of sort of what it was, because it's just like for nothing.
Yeah.
It's for nothing.
And that's a beautiful little classic car.
Beautiful.